This week on the Phantomcave news, we're going to be talking about the latest Phantom news, a discussion about Sunday pages being in colour, either in TPB from few publications, or hardcover books made by Hermes Press. New news about a new Comic-Con coming to Sydney and a new featured Phantom artist segment. So let's get into it. I hope you enjoy this news broadcasting system, and let's go. In the Phantom news this week, a new 3-part Phantom series from Few, which featured the villains called the Vultures. A story writer is Petal Anderson and art by Anthony Spay. So we're gonna free a new 3-part series, Phantom series from Few. And as I was saying, it's a new story, I'm guessing, from over in Norway or Sweden sort of story. That's what I'm guessing. Now, usually when I get a Sweden story in my hands, I absolutely love them. I absolutely love Sweden stories, and the Vultures, the villain Vultures, the character themselves has not been seen in comics since probably, when was the last time you would see Vultures back in... Oh, well, they did have a Vultures story to do with World War II in the 2019 Phantom Annual. Again, they did have a couple of stories feature, I think, the Vultures in 2020 or 2019, somewhere around there. But the Vultures, they've been quite rarely seen in the Phantom universe. Like, I know because in my collection I actually have a Phantom book that actually contains the Vultures from, I think, the late 80s. So that's pretty cool to see that we're actually in a story that actually features the Vultures that we may say again, we may look at this 3-part series from Few and say this was a great story. And a update on the 2021 Phantom Annual as of late. I've got through the first story as of yet, and I'm up to, I think, the Mysterious Ambassador or something like that. So that review will be coming out in the next couple of weeks once I finish sort of reading the book. Coming up in the Phantom news, a discussion about a collection of Sunday pages in colour from either in a trade paperback or hardcover book by Hermes Press. Now, I will be referencing snippets of what Ivan Peterson said on Facebook, I think nearly last week ago. So he said, so as we all know, Hermes Press books, the hardcover books are very expensive to buy. And he was basically saying Few could make a new sort of trade paperback that would feature the Sunday pages in colour, but without a little bit of the quality could go down a little bit. That would mean probably because the price would go down. But in my response to this sort of news article that has or been posted on Facebook from Ivan Peterson, who, as we all know, has a Phantom group called the Phantom News, and he's a colorist himself. He does an amazing job with that. And plus, a lot of the trade paperbacks that we've been seeing, the last 3 of them including the Triad special, which we reviewed, I think, this week or something like that, or last week. He actually did the coloring for that. So that's pretty awesome. I love it how Ivan Peterson does his colors. And my response to this is that even though Hermes Press books are expensive, I sort of would buy them. I would buy them, but if I would buy them as sort of like a special gift, or I would buy them as putting them on a Christmas list, or just not that often to... You wouldn't buy them often enough because that would be just putting money down the drain. In response to having a Sunday Pages in Color in a trade paperback, I would be up for that. I would be up for trade paperbacks being able to have the same sort of quality as we see in the Triad saga, as we saw in The Man Who Cannot... The Audience Who Came Late in the first trade paperback, and then we saw a second one, I think, in 2018. Yeah, I think it might have been in 2018 we saw the second one come out. But my response to having a trade paperback dedicated to Sunday Pages in Color would be perfect. It would be perfect, but the sort of inconsistencies with having that is that few may need to basically, because most of the stories they would be publishing in a trade paperback would be probably ones that they've already published in the last probably 5 or 10 years. That's my response to a post that Ivan Peterson put on his Facebook page called the Phantom News, and you can go check that Phantom Facebook group and go and post stuff on there, Phantom related, and I'll put the link to that in the description down below. So next up in this week's news segment, a new featured artist segment is coming, and this week's artist is none other than Jamie Johnson. Jamie Johnson, as you would know, he is sort of a cover artist for a few publications. He's done a IDW IDW Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cover. He's done Phantom covers for Lightning Strike Comics. Hope you liked that audio mode video that's coming out on Wednesday. It's with Lightning Strike Comics. It's gonna be good. Just like sort of ad to put out there. But anyways, Jamie Johnson has recently been doing some of the best Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and a throwback artwork from 2017 of a the Chibi Batman sort of character. And where I get the inspiration for my drawings is, well, there was one time when I got inspiration for my drawings was obviously from Jamie Johnson, when he had done a Batman Who Laughs sort of artwork, and that was so awesome. But Jamie Johnson, we haven't actually seen his cover art for the Phantom this year as of yet. He did 2 cover arts for the Phantom last year, and finally, in this week, a new Comic-Con is coming to Sydney. In March next month, Oz Comic-Con is coming on the 6th of March to the 7th of that month. Yeah, the 6th of March to the 7th of that month, with guests like Jamie Johnson, as I said, Julie Dittrich, which she is a latest writer for few publications. She is basically going to be doing a sort of publication that will be in, I think, the 4th trade paperback, or which comes out when the board game comes out. And I don't even know when that is going to come out. People say March, April. People say probably, I don't know. But we also have sort of a writer called Chris Seguera, which I am very, very excited to meet. I'm very excited to meet Julie. I'm very excited to again meet Jason Paulos and Jamie Johnson and all the crew at Few Publications. And I'm very excited for Nicola Scott and more. I can't contain my excitement for this Comic-Con. We haven't had a Comic-Con for 2 years now, even year and a bit now, and I'm just so excited. Yes! Because I'll be getting some signatures, I'll be getting merchandise for the channel. I'll be in after, I think, March next month. I will be probably doing some reviews of that merchandise, of what I've bought. Like in 2019, I met and got a lot of signatures from basically the current Phantom artists. I got to meet the Sunday Phantom artist called Jeff Wilgley. He was absolute awesome. And up on my wall, as you cannot see it right now, I have a framed Jeff Wilgley print up on my Phantom print up on my wall. So I hope you enjoyed this week's Phantom News segment, and as always, please support us by subscribing, like, share, and comment if you have any questions. And as always, keep Phantom caving, and as always, support Jamie Johnson in his art. He's amazing at what he does, and keep on Phantom caving, and we'll see you next time.